You won't believe this, but Las Vegas is getting flooded with new home buyers, and they're not just coming from where you expect. I mean, everyone jokes that half of California has already moved here. But while California remains a major player, the truth is that Californians made about 19% of the out-of-state buyers this year. Everyone assumes California is the main source, right? That half of Las Vegas and San Francisco have already moved here. Well, guess what? There's a new wave of buyers and they're coming from surprising places. In fact, one state has nearly doubled its share of buyers in just the last year. Another is creeping up fast. If you're a homeowner in the Vegas Valley, you need to know who's moving in because this could affect your home's value. And if you're thinking about buying, well, understanding the shift might even help you get ahead before the competition heats up. I've got exclusive data from one of my top, title companies breaking down exactly where people are moving from in the first half of this year. We'll compare the numbers to last year, go through the biggest trends, and review which state is quickly catching up to California. Stick around to the end because the number one place these buyers are leaving behind might just shock you. All right, let's get into it. First, let's talk about big picture numbers. From January through June of last year, Las Vegas had just over 13,000 home sales. Now compared to the year before, we saw 12,000 sales during the same period. This year has clearly been busier despite higher interest rates and economic uncertainty. But here's the kicker. The distribution of buyers has shifted quite a bit. This year, about 59% of all Vegas homeowners were locals from right here in Nevada. That means other 40% came from somewhere else. That might sound pretty substantial. It's actually pretty consistent with historical trends. Now let's zoom in on that 41% because here is where things start to get really interesting. Thinking about relocating to the Las Vegas Valley? Well, I've got just the thing for you. My team and I have actually taken the time to create the ultimate relocation guide, which is meant to save you hours of research from top employers to the best hospitals and boatload of other things that you need to know before making the move. The best part is that this guide is 100% free. That's right, 100% free. Just click on the link in the description or the top pinned comment. Hope that helps. Breaking down the out-of-state numbers, you'll naturally assume California dominates the list, right? I mean, everyone jokes that half of California has already moved here. But while California remains a major player, the truth is that Californians made about 19% of the out-of-state buyers this year. That's significant, but that it's down slightly from, the last year, when Californians accounted for 22%. So if not California, who else is packing up their belongings and heading to the Vegas Valley? Believe it or not, one state is rapidly catching up: Texas. Texas is emerging as an unexpected hotspot. Last year, Texas accounted for just 8% of out-of-state buyers moving to Las Vegas. This year, that number nearly doubled, rising to 15%. And why? Well, after talking to some recent Texas to Vegas transplants, it seems like the rapid price increase in Dallas and Austin, and then the humidity or the climate of Houston have sent many homeowners looking for better value. They've discovered Las Vegas offers similar big city amenities, a vibrant lifestyle, and comparatively more affordable housing, especially for first-time homebuyers and retirees. Another surprising source of buyers: Washington State. Washington State jumped from around 5% of total out-of-state buyers in 2023 to about 9% in 2024. Seattle's notoriously high cost of living combined with Nevada's tax-friendly environment seems to be a major motivation here. The people I've talked to coming from Seattle and surrounding areas have consistently cited Nevada's zero state income tax as a huge incentive. It doesn't hurt that they're swapping rainy skies for sunshine and warmer weather year-round. But wait, what about international buyers? Isn't Vegas a global destination? The interesting part is international buyers, although glamorous sounding, have remained fairly consistent but minimal. Just about 3% of Las Vegas home buyers in the first half of this year were international. Last year it was around 4%. Canadians are still the largest group among international buyers, making up roughly half of the small segment. They're typically purchasing vacation homes, condos on the strip, or even investment properties, vacation properties in Lake Las Vegas. Here's another intriguing layer of the story. If we look at the dollar volume rather than just the total number of homes sold, out-of-state buyers are consistently purchasing higher priced properties. Even though they make up just 41% of the total transaction, these buyers represent over 55% of the total sales volume. In other words, they're buying the more expensive homes. This is important because it means that these buyers are significantly influencing the higher end segments of the Las Vegas housing market. Luxury homes, golf communities, and upscale neighborhoods, places like Summerlin, Henderson, and Lake Las Vegas. Let's explore this even further for some specific neighborhoods. Take Summerlin, for instance, one of the most popular communities for out-of-state buyers in the nation. Here, over 65% sales exceeding $750,000 came from buyers outside of Nevada. Most of these buyers come from high-cost areas like Southern California, New York, and increasingly Texas. The reason is clear. Compared to those areas, Las Vegas offers much more house for your money, alongside top-notch amenities, excellent private schools, and rapidly growing job market, especially in tech and healthcare. Henderson tells a similar story. Out-of-state buyers, especially from California, Texas, and even Florida, are drawn by Henderson's family-friendly environment, stunning outdoor spaces, and safety. Increasingly, Henderson saw a slight increase in buyers from Florida this year, jumping from about 3% out-of-state buyers last year to around 6% this year. Floridians tell me they find Nevada appealing because it offers a similar warm climate, but without the hurricanes, the humidity, and the increasing insurance costs they've been facing back home. Now, I've promised to review the most surprising trend, right? Here it is. We've started seeing buyers from states that previously showed almost zero interest in Las Vegas, and those places like Illinois, New York, and Massachusetts. While they still represent smaller percentages, around 4 to 5% collectively, their presence is still significant. These buyers often mention the desire to escape harsh winters, high property taxes, and declining quality of life in major cities. Las Vegas, with its year-round sunny climate, affordable cost of living, and bustling economy, is becoming increasingly attractive as a permanent escape rather than just a weekend playground. But what does this all mean for local buyers here in Vegas? Interestingly, it's not necessarily squeezing locals out. Often people assume that out-of-state buyers directly displace local residents, but that's not entirely accurate. Many newcomers to Vegas are replacing other out-of-state residents who've chosen to move elsewhere after a couple years, here in the city. It's essentially a pretty much cycling rotation. One out-of-state resident leaves, another takes their place. The net population growth in Vegas is mostly driven by sustained migration overall, rather than a sudden influx that overwhelms the local housing market. And another thing, Vegas's real challenge isn't necessarily the source of buyers, it's inventory. Housing inventory remains incredibly low. Nevada simply isn't building enough homes to match population growth, whether that's from out-of-state migration, natural increases. Until we address this inventory shortage, prices likely to keep climbing, basic supply and demand at play. I've personally seen buyers frustrated by bidding wars, especially locals who feel outpriced. Yet, interestingly, these new buyers are often bringing in capital and investment, spurring growth, creating new job opportunities, and revitalizing neighborhoods that were previously stagnant or underdeveloped. So what is the big takeaway from all these numbers? Well, it boils down to understanding who's really buying these homes here and why. Yes, California remains a big part of the story, but Texas, Seattle, Florida, and even people from the East Coast are reshaping the Las Vegas housing market in significant ways. They're coming for the lower cost of living, friendly tax climate, and the Las Vegas lifestyle that is increasingly attractive for remote workers, retirees, and young families alike. So did these trends surprise you? Are you one of these out-of-state buyers considering a move to Las Vegas, or are you local to who's curious about how these new trends affect your home value? I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and let me know your thoughts. Or if you have specific questions about your neighborhood or a property, let's chat. Don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful. Subscribe and stay updated on all things Las Vegas real estate. And as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you next week.